What is going on, Foxton? Today, we have a review of Pokemon Crystal Clear. So, some people consider Pokemon Crystal Clear to be one of the best ROM hacks out there, and I'm just going to come right out and say that it's an awesome ROM hack. But in my opinion, it lacks enough added story to be even considered amongst the pantheon of great ROMs such as Pokemon Glazed or even Pokemon Dark Rising. Now that being said, there are a lot of things that this game does really, really well. For example, the free roam in this game is awesome. At any time, you can take a train and go from between Johto and Kanto. Doesn't matter how many badges you have, doesn't matter if you've beaten the Elite Four. Anytime, you could just walk to the train station, take a train, and go to the respective regions. Which brings us to my first point. To my knowledge, Crystal Clear is the only ROM hack in which you can start in either Johto or Kanto region, and you can fight the gym leaders in any order that you want. The way this is implemented is the levels of the gym leaders will scale depending on how many gym badges you have. So essentially, you can go all the way to Claire in Blackthorn City and battle her for the first badge. Except, you will still have to go to the Dragon's Den, because Claire is, of course, a sore loser. Those early gyms are obviously going to have lowered levels, so usually like around level 10, and the second gym is going to usually have around 15 to 20. It's not going to matter what order you go in, whether you go to Janine, Whitney, whatever. Along with the scalable gym battles, you can also rebattle all the gyms, which makes grinding extremely easy. I cannot stress this enough. Worded warning though, if you're doing a Nuzlocke, do not, I repeat, do not refight Misty. Fuck Misty. Anyways, the rebattling feature, I don't think is original to this game, but I haven't seen it in a lot of ROM hacks, and it's something that I wish more ROM hacks would implement. It's also customizable. So you can literally make the gym leaders Pokemon level 10. So let's say, in my case, I was playing a Nuzlocke. If I lost a Pokemon, I can go to Brock and make his Pokemon level 10 again, and refight them at level 10. Also, as soon as you beat or as soon as you start the re-challenge, it actually heals your entire party, so you don't even have to leave the gym to go to the Pokemon Center and heal up. With the game giving you the option to start in both Kanto and Johto, the game doubles up on the HM locations. So this is a positive, so no need to worry, because all of the HMs will be in both their Johto locations and in their Kanto locations. With the exception of Strength and Surf in the Kanto region, they were in some different locations just because of the way that they do the Safari Zone. Another plus is that you have the ability to catch every single Pokemon that resided into the Kanto and Johto regions. And as I said before, the Safari Zone has been changed, but it has actually been revamped to give you a literal fuck ton of possible encounters, and you don't even have to deal with using Safari Ball, because the game lets you use not only your own Pokemon to weaken your encounters, so you don't have to deal with throwing a rock, throwing bait, any of that stuff that you had to deal with in the original game. You can use your own Pokemon to weaken, and you get to use your own Pokeballs. So there's no 5-minute timer, and there's no 30 ball limit. You can just use whatever you want to do. Finally, the game also takes into account of trade evolutions. Basically gives an NPC in 2 locations, one in Celadon City, one in Goldenrod. If you don't know how to do that, I do have a guide on how to do it in Celadon City. Well, Fox, all these things you're talking about make this sound, why isn't this one of the best ROM hacks of all time then? This is simple, and this is where this game lacks. This game has basically no plot. Actually, doesn't have any plot. It doesn't even have the normal like gold and silver or red and blue storyline. You just go through and beat all 16 badges, face the Elite Four, and face the final battle. From my perspective, playing through a ROM hack should give you at least additional plot lines or a new story altogether. That is what I expect from a ROM hack. Now, the features are great, but without the story added on, you really can't consider this a great game. New features and more difficult battles are a legitimate reason to play a game. However, there are a host of games that do this, such as the Drayana hacks and Shiny Gold Sigma, which I recently nuzlocked, and they still add extra storylines, which makes these games definitely more appealing and overall more worth the time investment. To be fair to this game, I do know that there is some in-game content that is new, but that by the time I got to this point, I'd already finished the Elite Four, beaten Gold, fought 16 badges, and the game really hadn't hooked me into playing longer. What I've heard from others, this extra story is entertaining, but for me, having to grind through all of that stuff just to get to any extra plotline kind of is annoying, and honestly, I didn't want to do it at that point. Of the story that comes naturally is the Elite Four arc, in which, spoilers, Shockslayer, the creator of the game, is the champion of the Elite Four. In fact, all 4 members of this Elite Four are different from the norm. I don't exactly remember their names at this point, but I will play some clips from the Elite Four so you can kind of see for yourself. I found the timing of when to face the Elite Four weird though. Let me explain. Prior to fighting the Elite Four, like you literally walk through the door to face them, like literally you're walking up, you have to basically fight a trainer right before that. And he'll basically tell you, if you beat him, if you beat him, he'll allow you to face the Elite Four. If you lose, then he won't let you face the Elite Four.
You serious?
If you're like me, which I'm assuming many people are, you're going to go here right after you finish your 8th badge. And I had trained my Pokemon to roughly level 55, assuming that would be a reasonable level. However, this trainer before the Elite Four, he had at least level 60, and he literally whooped the crap out of it. Like literally, I got utterly destroyed. 55? We'll go to ACDC because that's actually resisted. No! And this is just his Tauros. He got a crit! Now he's got an Amistar. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and our entire team is like wrecked. And there goes Judas. There goes Aladdin. Level 65? After losing, this trainer had a dialogue that basically told me, or implied to me, that the Elite Four was going to be much stronger than he was, and I stood no chance at this point. I took this dialogue as meaning the Elite Four would definitely have higher levels, and the Elite Four was intended to be fought when I had beaten all 16 gyms, not all 8. So I very quickly beat the remaining gyms and came back now with my Pokemon at a much higher level. And by quick, I mean I did it in 4 episodes. Literally 2 gyms per episode. Now they were all at least level 75 or higher. My assumption ended up incorrect, and I was, well, a little bit over-leveled for the Elite Four, and I kind of destroyed them. This was partially my own fault, because I could have easily looked up the levels of the Elite Four on Google, and probably found it in approximately 10 seconds. However, I would have also spoiled parts of the game. That at this point, I was still hoping there would be some story in the second part of the game. Additionally, the dialogue of the game implied that the levels would be a bit higher from that trainer that you fight right before entering the Elite Four. One last point, and then I'll move on. Even if I had looked up the Elite Four levels and leveled up my Pokemon beyond par, I would have then still been over-leveled for the majority of the second region's gym battles. Like literally, the level overlap is crazy here. I'm pretty sure the first gym leader in Johto, after taking on the first 8 gym leaders at least, their levels were only level 45 to 50. So I would have been way over leveled for the majority of that. One special thing that I didn't mention before this is you actually don't fight Red at the very end of the game. And his levels were actually pretty on par from what I expected. I think they were level 85 to 90. They might have been a little bit higher. But you actually do fight Gold instead of Red. So I thought that was something worth adding to it. But overall, if I had to grade the game, I would still give this ROM hack a B. While I really didn't enjoy that the game had no plot or storyline, other than defeating all the gyms and the Elite Four, the game does have a lot of great features, a lot of good features that need to be implemented in other games, such as free roam and the ability to rebattle gyms. It's also still being developed. In addition, the game didn't really have any noticeable bugs, which ROM hacks can be known to have. I've literally had to replay Pokemon Shiny Gold Sigma twice because the first time, well, my game crashed. One thing I didn't mention before is the game did get a new release while I was playing that added the ability to have Pokemon follow you. I hope this game continues to get updates, and if there is some plot added to the game later on, I'll definitely be sure to check this out again, and we will obviously regrade it. But regardless, I do think you guys should check this game out because all the features in it do make it a pretty appealing. Just don't expect any story. As always, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, and as always, Fox